You know. Hey. Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. This is the beauty salon segment. Just waiting for some of our guests. But with me right now is Ray Forts, my girl. Second
Hello,
time on the
everyone.
second time on the Really Charlie podcast. And hopefully there's many more because she's a great guest and she's also a good host on her own show. Ray, why don't you tell us about your show? Give us a little bio about that.
Okay, so we're based in Atlanta, and I'm the co-host on Let's Get Personal with Tanya and Ray. And we basically are also we're powered by Celebrity Media TV. So we do a lot of events. We interview different celebrities, but we also interview everyone because in our eyes, everybody is a celebrity. So we just like to promote everyone and just, bring awareness to what's going on in the world, and people's stories.
Yes.
Um, so that's pretty much what we do. And then on the side of that, um, uh, I work with the children. I love our youth, and I'm always willing to help in any way that I can.
That's
So
awesome. Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. We looks like we got our other guest coming on here, and I have her join us. Christo C. Lister in the house.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
Good. How are you? Hi.
All right.
Hi.
You guys know each other? You're from the same
No.
city. You don't know each other?
No,
No.
no,
No.
I don't
All right.
believe so.
Uh, it's
I've been gone for a while, long
yeah.
time.
Well, you both got big families, so it's well, that's C Lister and Crystal. I want you to give us a little bio about your podcast. You know, just in
You want
case
to
the
what? I'm
audience
like it's
doesn't know.
breaking up a little bit. Is it me or is it my Wi-Fi? Should I get off of Wi-Fi?
May Maybe because it's probably you because Ray hasn't broken up and I haven't broken up yet, so it might be you.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Hold on. Let me see if that's better if I get off of Wi-Fi.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So, Crystal, give us a little, description of your podcast, the Wind Down podcast on
Um.
WNB1 Radio.
Yeah. Well, you've been a guest on the podcast, so you know.
That was
um.
a
It's
great night.
basically it started off as just two friends that used to talk together all the time. I mean, Roberto was a really good customer of Healthy Bites, so he used to come in all the time, and we would chat about things like life and everything. And we had different point of views about things, but we always had like a mutual respect and stuff. So it kind of like went from there. So our show is basically talking about everything that has to do with life, and it's from a woman's point of view, it's from a man's point of view, it's from a mom, it's from a single bachelor. We have guests all the time. So in our what we talk about ranges from relationship things to just everyday things we do to politics. We have like Cam, who's our political analyst. He's a child but so incredibly smart about these
It
things,
sure is.
and so it's turned into something a lot bigger than we thought, but it's a lot of fun.
Good, good. Um, and Jennifer Ferreira, welcome to the podcast. Can you hear me, Jen?
Hi.
Oh, she froze up, I guess.
A little bit. She looks all cute.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
ready.
finished training, so I was like, I guess they get me like this.
Let me see if let me just do this. We're gonna try this right now. Kira, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Did I pronounce your name right or did I butcher it? What's up?
Yeah, it's Akira.
All right. See, I'm pretty good, ain't I? All right. We're gonna try to get Jen back on here. Here she comes right now, and I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. All right.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay. Good. Good. Well, I'm gonna just welcome y'all to the Really Charlie podcast, and I'm not gonna say anything further. This is an open conversation. I'm not gonna say anything further because you know how women are, right? You know,
Yes, we do.
What?
one of you,
Sorry.
one of you is
How
supposed to say,
are we,
"Really,
Charlie?
Charlie?"
Tell us. Oh, Charlie.
All right. So this is an open discussion, just like if y'all were in a beauty salon, just kind of do your thing, talk about whatever. I can either one could take the lead. It's up to you, but uh, I think between Akira and Jen, the entrepreneurs with their own stylish and what they do for a living, making money, making people look beautiful. Either one of you could start it off, and we'll go from there. All right.
Sure. Hi,
All
everyone.
right.
I'm Jen.
Hello.
What's
Um,
up,
Hi.
Jen?
Hi, Kira.
Hey.
So Kira
Kira
and
actually
Ray
worked for
are
me.
hairdressers. Is that what you just told me?
Um, Jen
Yeah.
is, and
Oh, Jen
Akira
is okay.
is,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay. Awesome.
it just so happens it that's not the criteria, but it just so happens that we have two females in Ray and Crystal that have their own podcast, and we
Yeah.
also have Jen and Akira who are stylish and make people beautiful. So it works out great. So do your thing.
Yes.
It's funny because I
Cool.
say that to my hairdresser all the time. You guys are like psychiatrists, right? I say things to
We
my
are.
hairdresser that I don't to any-
Yeah. The things we hear, we know everything and everybody. Like it's really interesting. We
so
learn a
everyone
lot when
gets that.
yeah, we learn a lot when we
Yeah,
talk
Yeah.
to you.
we do.
Yeah, people
It's
tell me
a,
all the time. They're
it's
like, Jen, you're like a dude. You think like a dude. I'm like, it's because I listen to women all day long, and I'm like, I don't want to be like some of the way they think, especially in relationships. But we are like therapists. They come in, they want to
oh
look
yeah, and
good,
it's so important. You
they
have
feel
to
good.
channel that energy. Sometimes you can say everything, and sometimes you just gotta
Hmm.
say nothing. You're just there
Yes.
to be the ear, and then you're there to give advice. So you have to really
Yeah.
channel that really well,
Yeah.
It definitely
depending
helps
on your
though.
client.
It does help. It
Yeah. And you
definitely
know
helps.
what's
When
you
I
know what's
visit Jen,
interesting? What's interesting is the women that connect while they're in the salon with other women that are in our chair. And it just becomes like a talk fest. A few weeks ago, I had a few ladies in the salon. We had like two ladies here. And one came in upset that someone had passed away. And the other one in the chair had just lost someone recently. Before I knew it, they were both crying. Uh, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On, was playing in the background. I thought I was
Oh,
in a
of course.
commercial. And I was like, wait a minute. So I ended up putting DMX on because he had just passed, and I had to change the energy because everybody
Yeah. Oh
was
yeah.
just crying. But they all felt good when they left. It's because
Right.
they needed to cry it out, and this was just the great place to do it. Listening ears, women supporting women, which is so important nowadays, no matter what business you're in. And it's enjoyable just to see women lift up other women, and that's something we really promote.
Correct. That's always the goal. You can come in the salon feeling so ugly and leave feeling great. If you don't, then that's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Right.
That becomes a problem.
that is the truth.
Um,
When women, like when I go to the beauty salon, you're right. I go in, I mean, hair looking crazy, but y'all take it to a whole nother level. You make us walk out
Yeah.
feeling like we're the most beautifulest in the world.
Absolutely.
And it's building
Yeah.
relationships because that's true. My hairdresser and I, it's been about a couple years, but she's like one of my best friends because,
Yeah.
like you said, you pour
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
into,
They do become like that. Yeah.
yeah. So,
mhm.
Yeah. I
I've
mean,
been
we're
with
there
my
for the
hairdresser
good, the
since.
bad, and the ugly.
I was
mhm.
just gonna say that,
Go
like
ahead.
my
I'm sorry.
hairdresser, I've had her since I was a little bit after high school, And I remember the first time I met her, she was another friend's hairdresser, and she had asked her if she could blow dry my hair, and she was like, "Oh, well, I don't do weaves," and I'm like, "I don't have a weave," like, and we joke about this all the time because she gave me such the biggest attitude at first, and she didn't want to touch my hair. So I was like, what, 19? So she saw me. She did my hair for my wedding. She's done my hair for all my children's baby showers. Like, gave my son his first haircut.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy how they
Yep.
like kind of go along with you, and like you said, the good, the bad, like everything.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I
Yeah.
mean, we're there for, funerals, when, in the most important times, we're there when you're, some women who are going through a certain illness, and we're right there with them, getting them through that transition. Because it all, even though it's hair and it has to do with vanity, unfortunately, what goes on inside your body affects the outside. And you're there for that, but you're there for the good moments. You watch their children grow up, and they become like family, And it's like we're not doctors. When you go to a doctor, they're looking at a chart. We don't have a chart that we look at before you come in, but we remember specific things. I remember the last time you came in, you had an event. I'm going to ask you how that event was. It's about making them feel important. So it really is a great career to be in. It's rewarding. It's stressful sometimes, like any job. But we're there for the long haul, with your families and watching your kids grow up, and seeing your kids come to us, and then your daughters. It's really a great thing.
Yeah,
But the
not to
talk that
mention all
goes
the
on,
networking. We meet so many
Yeah.
great people from all walks of life also, and that gives us great connections. Like, I wouldn't be here with you guys, Look how I'm just connected through Jen to Charlie to you ladies. Like, what's your name? Lisa and Crystal and Ray, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the networking, So it also puts us in a position to know like everybody. And that's
Yeah.
so great.
And not just that, for community. Like, because we do know a lot of people, a lot of our clients come to us when they're raising money for a cause or whatever it may be, because we do see so many people. Or can I leave this in the salon? And I love to see a lot of area salons do a lot of good things for the community. Something I'd like to get involved with. I know one downtown, Lori, she's an amazing stylist. She was handing out coats for people, that needed coats. She had a whole coat rack outside her salon. You could donate coats, and it was just a good thing to see, So they do utilize us a lot, for community things. So getting involved is important, because we want to see our neighborhoods do well, We live here. Our children are here.
How was COVID for both of you guys?
It was tough. 10 weeks not doing hair. I was doing mannequin heads at home. We were taking shots together. They were my friends. But I just got so bored, and I said, I will never say I can't take a vacation, because I'm always like, oh, I can't take a week off, can't close down. And I took 10 weeks off. I was just, it was hard, but I made it through.
Yeah.
But it was just difficult because the clients, they really did not, like, some of them didn't care. They were trying to bribe me. Come to my house, I'll give you wine. Like, come swim in my pool.
I'm not gonna lie, I was trying. It gets to that point where you're like, I look
You try too,
crazy.
right? And especially with shorter hair, you have to keep up with it. And it was rough, but going back, it felt really good to be able to open the doors again, because a lot of the clients that were calling, I'm sure Akira were blowing up Akira's phone too. They're still in the workforce. They're working at hospitals. They're nurses. They're CNAs. They're essential workers, and they still have to show up for work. And we really couldn't help them per se. I know for myself, like other stylists, I was selling hair color kits, but now I'm like telling my client, go ahead, do your hair at home. You know what I mean? So I felt a little iffy about it, but I felt better about giving them, professional products to use. I measured everything out for them, gloves, bowls, rather than going to the store at CVS buying box color. So at least they stayed true to their color. I had a few that were blonde that came back black haired. That was a little stressful. So there was a lot of color correction going on when they came back.
Good for you, though.
But we do what we have to.
More money for you. They do something stupid.
Yeah.
And then that's good. They
More
trusted
money for
you.
me, yeah.
Too. They trusted you during that hard time.
We made it.
You came through for them during a hard time.
Yeah.
So that's building too.
Yes, they did.
Building
Yep.
relationships.
Absolutely. I was doing porch drop-offs. Yeah.
Delivery. That must have been
Yeah.
nice.
I was like, wow, I feel like I'm doing something illegal,
Right.
dropping off hair color.
Even for me in the beginning, when I was running out of
So marijuana
supplies.
became legal and handing out hair colors not.
What'd you say, Akira?
I said definitely she was, even for me in the beginning, when the hair stores weren't open yet, and I was running out of supplies, running out of hair color. She definitely hooked me up with a care package.
That's
yeah.
good. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So
what about masks?
It wasn't
Like,
easy.
what does everyone feel about the mask?
I went and dropped some off to her too, because it was difficult.
Nice. I was just gonna ask, what does everyone feel about what's going on with the
older, but
COVID
for
and the
some
mask? Because
reason, I still feel like I want to be protected.
Yep.
Where they're saying that you don't have to wear a mask. How do you
I'm
feel?
getting a lot of clients that they're
Me-
like, well,
me
I was
too.
vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them don't want to wear them.
I mean, it's going to be up to the
It's difficult.
business
I
now, right?
cut people's
So,
masks off all the time. I don't know if I cut
Yeah,
yours off, Charlie, when you came in, but yeah,
it's
I might still wear mine.
yeah.
Krista, you said it's up to the local, it's up to the individual businesses, right?
Yeah, yep. So after the 29th, it could be up to the business. So if the business decides they want to keep it, you can still keep the mask mandate.
What's your personal take on it?
I'm absolutely over it. So in my business, I will not require it, but like I will not say nothing to anybody that wants to wear one in
mine.
it.
I won't make the clients wear it if they're comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna social distance as best as I can. And I think, for a while, I'm still going to wear my mask for my clients in the chair because we're like close with them. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, you guys are very close to each other. So it's different for you guys. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just,
it is.
Like, I'm already fighting with people now.
Personal
so
choice,
I can imagine, like.
I feel like a few people will continue to wear it for a little while.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Everybody's like really comfortable. I'm just so sick of the fight. So like I just feel like I don't, and like that's a slippery slope to be like, oh, who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated? Can you even ask them that? So I'm like, nope. I'd rather just like you want to protect you. You wear a mask, and like I'm farther enough away. Like we have a counter, so like I'm never close to anybody. There's a counter in between us. I have like so.
Yeah, we are.
I'm most definitely over it. Like I don't want to say like I don't care because I absolutely know we were in a pandemic and I care about other people and that's why I was doing it because I wanted to protect other people. But at this point, like I just want to go back to normal.
Crystal, I know what you do, but why don't you give yourself a shout out of your business where you work? I know, and
oh, I'm sorry. I also own Healthy Bites Meal Prep in the North End of New Bedford, so we do healthy cooking, healthy meals, grab and goes, a little bit of catering, stuff like that. So I do that too. Yeah. And I train and I do personal training and I have a podcast and I'm a mom and a wife,
all
that good stuff. But
she beats up her husband, Jeffrey, occasionally.
I do a lot.
So you do personal training distance? Because I'm in Atlanta.
Yep, I've heard of Healthy Bites.
I don't right now. I do personal training here, but I've been looking into getting more of the online stuff. It seemed like that is really taking off. People are really enjoying that. I have a little home gym that I do personal training out of right now, and people really seem to love that because they don't want to go back to the gym.
What is the name of your podcast?
Oh, the Wind Down podcast.
That's always fun.
I do it with I have a co-host, Roberto Carter. It's on WNB1 Radio. B-Mags actually is the owner of the radio station. They do a sports talk radio too.
They're actually on right now.
Yeah. They play good music too.
Yeah, they play very good music. I was just gonna say that.
Especially what I try to do is I try to share everything. Like when Crystal's on, I'll try to share her podcast on the Really Charlie group on Facebook, and and B Mag and them guys are on right now. I try to share that, and I try to keep it going, because what it does is it creates some activity for my group page. It also creates some activity in their podcasts, and getting new people to kind of look and observe.
Yeah, a lot of people
But,
are on a lot of events.
Yeah, let me.
Support is key.
Somebody's shouting out.
Oh,
Akira.
okay. Yep, I've seen that.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
Relationship podcast.
going on.
Akira,
It's
what
nice
was
to
your?
see a lot of people getting into these podcasts though, because I feel like people are making like a lot of connections, especially in the community. I've met a lot of people that I probably passed in the wind that never even talked to, that have been on the podcast, and I've gotten to interview them and learn about their life and stuff. So I feel like quarantine has brought out a lot of great, especially in our community. I feel like just New Bedford and surrounding areas, like a lot of people are really supporting each other and learning about each other, and it's a really good thing right now. And to see people, get into like entrepreneurship, or just to even venture off into something that they're not used to. It's awesome. So
Definitely.
all the bad that has come out of quarantine, I feel like
Definitely.
there's definitely a lot of good that has come out.
We
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
And let
for
people
sure.
tell their story too. You know.
I
Yeah.
hope y'all network with each other. You're on this podcast today, and I hope y'all network with each other, just like Akira mentioned earlier, about networking, because the best thing that you all could do for each other is empower each other as you're doing, whether it's your business, whether it's
Definitely.
one-on-one conversations, as you build your friendships, but all of you bring a lot to the table. And it would be a shame if you missed the opportunity to become friends, or at least some kind of association with each other that you can definitely be beneficial to every single one of you, to each other rather.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So, Ray, you said you're in Atlanta. What do you do there?
So we have a talk show. My sister Latanya, she's the host. I'm the co-host of Let's Get Personal with Latanya Ray with Celebrity Media TV, and we do interviews. We interview different celebrities. We also just interview just different people, let them have a platform to tell their story. So we do a lot of events too. So yeah, there's a lot going on out here, because Atlanta never shut down. So we've been still moving and grooving. But I still wear my mask. You're close to people too, so I definitely wear my mask. But yeah, and we definitely love to uplift women and empower.
Yeah.
My sister Latanya, she's really big on that. So that's something that we do as well. I always try to support.
So you
Are
were
you
able to
originally
work
from
during
here,
the
Rhea?
whole COVID?
Yes, I'm from New Bedford. I used to go home every 3 months, and now it's been like a year and a half. I just went home for Mother's Day, and I'm getting ready to go home in June for a month. So I will be going by your barber shops and your hair salons, and getting some healthy food as well while I'm here.
All right.
Definitely, I will be coming through. But yes, born and raised.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not really from New Bedford. I just been here and I have my business here. I'm from Boston originally, but I've been in New Bedford for a while, for about 12 years. I like it.
I was just gonna ask you. That's a big change. You do like it?
Yeah, I do. It is a big change,
from
but
Boston. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's not too far from home though. So, and I feel like so many people are migrating from Boston down here, like so many. So I'm starting to feel right at home.
And New
I
Bedford's
like more
beautiful.
of the. It is, and it's not like
Well, I definitely
it's
Atlanta.
close
They
enough
do
to
good hair out
Boston,
there
but
in
still
Atlanta.
kind of like in the suburbs.
Right.
Yeah. I love the
They
history there. The history is beautiful. The beach, just the
Oh
history.
yeah.
I love it. Love it. I love home.
There's a lot of historical things here that
Hmm.
I didn't even know, you know? And it's like, I said, I've been here all this time and I haven't gone to Martha's Vineyard. And people come from all over the world to go get on that ferry and go over to Martha's Vineyard. Like, I so suck for that. Like, yeah. But I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there
We'll
this
get there.
summer soon.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. You know, I had I was trying to gather some information on the Wind Down podcast and Ray's podcast out in Atlanta. Um, you know, it's let's talk about some of the craziest stories. If you want to share it, I mean, if your customers are viewing, then maybe you don't want to share it. They might know that you're talking about them, but if you want to share an experience, you know, or just talk about something else, you know, I just want to, you know, I want this to be about you guys. I really want this conversation to be deep, you know, and what you're saying right now is definitely the way I expected this beauty salon segment to go through, you know, just ladies just talking back and forth, you know, feeding off each other, you know, and maybe laughing, joking, whatever it may be. So, you know, continue the conversation. Um, you know, I lost my train of thought here. I'll get back to it. But you know, what's on your mind, Ray? What's on your mind? You know, talk to me. Talk to us, you know.
So I would have to say the hardest part, I won't really call out names, but the hardest part about interviewing before the mask
Yeah.
came is breath. I'm sorry, I have to say it, but people talking in your face and the breath isn't right. That's kind of, I would say, the hardest part that I
Ooh.
just the person you're interviewing. So you're so close and they're in your face and they're breathing in your face, right? So you have to hold a straight face, knowing that you want to like kind of gag. That would be, I would say, that's the main thing that stands out to me with interviewing when people are in your face. So the mask thing is really helping a lot right now because you don't have to deal
So
with it. I mean, that's
you
just
can always
that's real. That's real. That's real. I
gonna
don't know how you
gonna
feel about that,
Oh my
Crystal,
goodness.
but
you're gonna have to put some candy or some mints or something
oh,
on the
Yeah.
table.
you try to
You
give
know.
them candy and mints, and they say no. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what do
you
you
gotta
mean no?
keep
You just want to unwrap
you
it and
gotta
give it
keep
to me.
those candy in the salon. We keep those candies, mints.
That's
You can
I
hard.
have.
So
don't
I
think
guess
I've
we're
ran
novice.
into that. Not yet, but
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
see, I'm like that though. I would say something. Like I no. I probably
You
no.
would?
Like we don't have celebrities. So like with people, I'm like, yo, you better yeah. Mm-mm.
It's kind of
Oh,
hard.
No.
It's a lot of. It's not. You know what? It's common. It's it's common.
can't you just say that?
Is it?
You know,
Yes.
try my candy. Try my candy.
I
I
had
just
one
made it. You know,
person,
try it.
and you know how you bend down in the sink to do their hair? Remember, Jen? You probably know who I'm talking about, but we ain't gonna say. But remember, you have to bend down in the sink over their face or whatever to wash their hair. And oh my gosh, she used to smoke
What
so
was
much
that again?
cigarette, and it was bad, bad.
And what did you do? You just held your composed. Like, what did you do?
I just hold my breath.
Yeah, it's
Just hold
Hold my
breath.
breath, and then when I need to gasp for air, I just turn my head a little
I
bit, get some air, finish washing, and hold my breath some more.
Somebody's
What about
one of the
like BO? What about like BO?
I don't know about all that. No.
Right, come on, you might no, no. So no one's like no BO, no like
honestly,
armpit, nothing, no.
I used to teach the girls. You guys hear?
yeah. You can hear you. Keep
Yeah.
your audio goes on and
Can you
off.
guys hear
But
me okay or no?
Yeah, you're like I don't know. You're like, I don't know. Is it just me?
Yeah, like in and
Yeah,
out.
yeah, in and out, Jen.
No,
Oh,
she's
You
going in
know,
and out.
BO, yeah, of
yeah.
course. There's definitely BO.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
You're like
I
freezing.
know. I'm like walking up.
Jen, we can hear you. It's just your video is on and off. Keeps cutting out.
Yeah, you're like freezing.
Yeah. But so we're talking about
So, Akira, you never had
BO.
to deal with people with like BO problems? Like, not like they were just like, not BO, but like a little smelly, like just in your seat.
She said a little smelly. Just a little smelly.
Yeah, look at she's putting her head down. Yes, you have.
It's all right, Jen.
Not really. Not really that I can recall. And I'm lucky for that because, I'm lucky for that because I don't know what I would do. I'd be kind of stressed. But yeah, well, I haven't had that.
What about
No BO.
matchmaking? You guys
That's
doing any
cool.
matchmaking on that chair? Trying to fix up, a girl that comes in there, got her hair all done up. You trying to fix her up with someone?
No, we're usually trying to convince them to
Stay single. Come on, you stay single. Yeah.
convince them to, you know what? I'm not gonna go there.
All
I
right.
must keep this
Can
professional.
you guys hear me?
A little bit. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there.
it's funny.
What's the question? Because I'll get unprofessional.
It's funny
And
because
matchmaking.
If, like anybody
Matchmaking.
was smelly, like BO. Oh, we
We're
moved on
talking
from the BO.
Well,
You must have
I
known
want to know
it.
if
put it.
anybody
No,
was
we said
smelly in your chair.
matchmaking.
So Jen, you doing
I
any
know.
matchmaking from
again?
that
Can you
chair?
guys hear me yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Much better.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Have you
Can you guys hear me better?
who you hooked up in your chair, Jen? Who have you hooked
I
up?
literally had to come upstairs. Okay, what one did I miss?
Can you hear now?
What was
So
the
we
question?
said, who have you matched up, like made a match with in your chair? Like, who have you suggested a date to or whatever, matchmaking? Or have you ever dated anybody that got in your chair?
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's a
did.
good one.
Did I date? I
Yeah.
always said I would never date a client. And this
Yeah.
one guy kept harassing me. And so I said yes to dinner. And after dinner, he dropped me off at the salon. And my client walking toward, I was like, wow, she looks mad. And it was his wife. His wife was my client. So was he, but I didn't know that they were married.
Yeah.
However,
Oh man,
that was the first and last time I ever dated a client. It was bad.
Wow.
Kicked my ass.
The last time
But-
I dated
but I
a
have
client,
hooked up-
I
I
lost
did
the
hook up a
client.
client with
So
someone.
ain't nobody
I did
trying to
hook
do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I lost two. I
no.
ended up with her, him, and her kids. Nope. Never again. Don't mix business with pleasure. There's no pleasure in it because I like my money better than I like my dates. But yeah, it can get sticky. But I have hooked up a client before with somebody. It worked out for a little while, but not so much.
Well, we have a question.
Longevity in that one. Younger.
Okay, it says.
But it happened.
Question is, what made
And now I'm in.
What made you choose your respect? One second. What made you choose your respective fields of expertise?
Say that again, Charlie?
Was it the goal to get into it, or did you all kind of accept the opportunities that were in front of you? So, what got you all into your fields? Let's start with Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
So, uh, Latanya, who is the host, my sis, so she came to me and she just said that God told her that I was the one that to be on the show with her, and I didn't even like to talk. Like, so I didn't see myself as being her co-host, and then I just gave in. And so the opportunity presented itself. And then we both ended up where we both wanted to be newscasters. So we had talked about that. And we just ended up from there, we had the same vision. And once we had the same vision, then we just took off from there. But it just
Yeah,
presented itself. I didn't look for it.
good, good. Y'all click pretty good too. Crystal,
Yeah.
what about you? Same question, Crystal.
As far as the as far as
Let's
healthy
see.
bites, I got into it because
Go ahead, Crystal.
are you talking to me? Oh, sorry. As
Yeah,
far as
Crystal.
healthy bites, I got
The
into it because I gained a lot of weight. Go ahead.
No, I could hear you. I didn't want to cut you off, and I am. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut like a good dude.
That's right. Now, so healthy bites I got into because I gained a lot of weight after I had my second child. So, very unhappy with myself. Just not where I wanted to be. So I ended up losing over 70 pounds, and it kind of got me into helping other people, meal prepping, training, and it ended up being a business. And I've been doing it we'll be open 6 years in August. So that's how I got into it. My own personal journey. As far as the podcast, I kind of told you guys a little bit of that. Roberto is a really good friend of mine, really good customer at Healthy Bites. We used to talk all the time. So that kind of fell in my lap. It was his show. He kind of brought me onto it as a guest. And then it ended up being like a co-host type thing because we just really vibed off of each other. Training just kind of went hand in hand with Healthy Bites. I really love being in the gym. I love everything about working out. I love how it makes people feel after they leave. All about woman empowerment, all about making women feel good. I said that like there was a time in my life where I really, really hated myself, and I vowed that as long as I'm alive, I don't want any woman to ever feel that way about themselves. So that's kind of
good,
it.
good. What about you, Akira?
I always wanted to do hair. I was always doing hair on the porch, on the block for $5 and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And then I did go to school. I am licensed. I'm a professional. I love what I
Mm-hmm.
do. And I want to get into other fields in this industry and not just be behind the chair. So look out for that. I'm not trying to, be all like that, and make this
Mm-hmm.
about me. But yes, there's so many things to do in the beauty industry. And I feel like stylists should take advantage of that because the hair salon is dope. Yes, okay. But there's so much more out there.
So true.
Akira, like
Do
what?
you?
Oh, oh my
Like,
goodness.
what's
So,
one of the things you want to do on the side? I'm sorry. I'm curious to know what else. Like,
okay,
you
so
seem
one
fired
of
up
the things I
about
want
it.
to do
It's
on the
exciting.
side is sell merchandise as far as for your hair, bonnets, edgy wraps, do-rags. I'm thinking of coming up with some type of spray bottle conditioner. So those are some of the things. And I want you to be able to, when you book with me, get all that stuff at the same time instead of just booking your appointment.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that is. That's it. More
Mhm.
money, more money. Do
Mhm.
your thing. What about you, Jen? Now, Jen has changed over the years. She's done a couple of things.
Yeah, there's a
Tanning
this
salon,
industry.
beauty salon.
Yeah. Well, I was probably about 7. What is it?
You say, Jen?
You, Jen, you
What
have
was it, Charlie?
when you chose your respective field, of expertise, you know, did
No, I thought Charlie.
you, I don't, go ahead, Jen. You got cut out a little bit, so, but all right, we're gonna continue on. Let's just do
Might be frozen.
yeah, yeah. She might have to sign on, through a
Mm-hmm.
PC, but all right. So
Mm.
we got a lot of different things. People
I,
coming on.
I
I
honestly, I was about 7 years old. My grandmother had taken me for a haircut, and I was just so like, I was just breaking out.
yeah,
Yeah, this phone is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you had some headphones
I'm
or some,
sorry.
that might help you out. It's all right.
Hold on 1 second. Let
So
me try to let me try to go in on like my computer. Yeah.
all
Mm.
right. So
Doing it.
so um
Well, there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk with you about since you're a healthcare person, right? So, what do you say about Irish sea moss, Crystal?
What? Oh, sorry.
What do you think the
about this
benefits of that are? Do you
Of
know
what?
anything about it?
Of
about
what?
sea
I didn't
Irish
hear you.
moss.
I'm sorry. What was the
Mm.
question?
Irish sea moss. Do you know anything about it? Do
I've
any
never
of
even heard
you?
of it.
Well, I
No?
do. I do. It gives you probably you got to correct me on the numbers, but it gives, like, say it is 101 uh, vitamins, nutrients that you need. The sea moss will give you 99 of those necessities or needed nutrients that you need, and so it's good for you. And all it is a tablespoon a day. I've done it. I'm still on it.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
See, that's
and
more the information I'm looking for
yeah,
because I know kind of what it does, but I'm looking at it like, how am I going to use it now? You know?
yeah, it has
Mm-hmm.
and it actually helps you out when you get all those nutrients. You're getting, say 99, let's say 97% of the nutrients that you need. You're getting it all in that sea moss. So when you start taking it, I take it in a gel, which is easy, you know, just a spoonful a day, and you can mix it in a drink or anything like that you possibly,
Mhm.
your favorite drink. But what I do is just eat it like it is from the jar, 1 tablespoon, and I'm on my way. But the best thing about it is that the nutrients that you need is in that sea moss, and there's different forms of it. There's powders, there's a gel which I like and I prefer, and then there's other
How long
things.
have you been taking it?
This would be 2 months. I'm actually in need of another jar, so I got to contact a friend of mine, um, from Great Stuff Juices, Marissa Montero, who sells it, and but I highly recommend it.
And around what price do you pay for yours? Just asking because I'm trying to see something here.
Um, it would be 25, probably $25 in a mason jar, but the mason jar size
Oh, a
about
big
25.
one.
Yep, just like a normal, jelly jar, but it's a regular mason jar. Um,
Yeah. Because I have this one and I paid $7 for this.
that's good. It's
Mhm.
very good.
That
You
is
think
good.
that's good?
It's very, very, very good.
So,
Okay.
Callie, I have a question about the sea moss. When you first start, don't you have to do a little bit at a time? Because I tried to do like a little bit. They told me like do like a half a teaspoon or a tablespoon, and I did it. And then I thought the next day I could just go straight to the tablespoon, and it made me sick. I think I did
Yeah,
it
oh,
too
wow.
much where my body was, it was too much for my body. So I don't know if you have to
The,
gradually get there.
the
Oh, see,
person
now I'm
the
about to take a little bit.
Yes,
no, it's the
Right?
the it's needed. It's not
it
something
is
that's going to be
definitely
negative to
different.
your. If you're going to resist it, if your body's going to resist it based on its taste, you're going to kind of have that air in your body, and it's going to make you kind of feel sick. But gradually take it. Some people don't like the taste of it. I didn't mind the taste because I usually just took care of business, and you know, but I didn't mind. The life coach that I talked to,
Hmm.
I just started off immediately with it. He didn't give me any kind of restrictions or anything. And then the person I bought the product from just told me, start off with a tablespoon, which I did. So,
Mm. And they have
it's
flavored
just,
ones.
yeah,
Mine
it's
was
like every,
elderberry.
yeah, I had strawberry.
They have flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
blueberry, blueberry, strawberry, the elderberry,
Oh,
and there's one more. So,
well, I need some flavor because mine is looking real bland and like
yeah,
snot to me.
yeah, Akira, you
And
gotta.
I don't even want to drink it because it looks
There's
like snot.
They have some YouTube videos that you can add to your like your. I'm
Drink
not joking.
responsibly.
It's the normal. I mean, the actual natural flavor of the sea moss. You can add flavor to it. And some of the
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
videos actually recommend it. However, some of the flavoring you got a lot of sugar, and that's what we all got to get away from. So, just make sure you're getting it from someone that knows their stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
someone says right here, pill form, which is actually great too.
Ooh.
Stephanie Santos says that I want to say they sell it in a pill form as well, which is
Mm-hmm.
true because they have it in the powder already. You can, just like if you were making a protein shake at home, you definitely could do the sea moss just like that in a powder form. So
So, since this is the hair show here, I have some
it's
information about braids for y'all.
yeah,
So the new thing out is the knotless braids. I have knotless braids in my hair right now. And before I was thinking knotless braids are just only for the way that they look, which is not true. A little info, knotless braids were created to stop the tension pulling from the root. So if anybody is losing edges or anything like that from box braids, because box braids is like stir crazy right now, start getting knotless box braids because you'll have less tension on your edges and everywhere else. And it makes perfect sense because nothing is wrapped around your hair, it's added to your hair.
What about the microbeads?
Uh, be careful with those.
Thank you. Thanks.
see,
They're not good for your hair. I thought it stopped the tension as well. No?
Uh, don't keep them in a long time. I think, you know, we get a little bit crazy with how long we leave in our hair in, ladies. I think 2 weeks is it. You know, don't be trying to get 30 days out your hair and all of that.
They said
You
three
know,
months.
yeah, like that's disgusting. It's disgusting. And you're going to grow mold in your hair. Like, cut it out.
Ah,
Seriously.
okay. It's good to know.
it's true.
I started a few years back doing like kind of like a curly girl method, and I
Mm-hmm.
went a full almost 3 years without touching heat to my hair. I felt like my curls
Yeah.
really, like, yeah, they were really, really good. And now, like, I recently I did put red highlights in my hair, and I feel like my curls are changing again. Like, people think
Mm-hmm.
like having curly hair is a lot like easier. I feel like it's tougher than when I used to blow dry my hair and stuff. And like the products, like I'm always going through products, meaning like this one doesn't work for my hair, so I gotta try another one, and this one's too like, so then, and then what do you do with the product? You're just like, okay, and it's usually more expensive because it's like natural, like doesn't have anything in it, blah blah blah, and then but it's probably like too heavy for my hair, or it doesn't cut the frizz. I have a huge problem with frizz too. Like, is there something like, actually, yeah, is there something I could do about that? Because I feel like no matter what, like frizz is there and I don't know why. Like I wash my hair with cold water. I don't use like
Okay.
I use
So
Go ahead,
what's the
Akira.
towel? Not like you can't lose cotton, right? You're
Not
supposed to
frozen.
use like I have the Diva Curl towel. Like that type of stuff, you know? And any advice for that?
someone is calling me. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, oh, yes, we can.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
This one?
You can?
Because it's for me.
Okay, so
All right, I'm back.
I've been getting asked a lot steam treatments and what it is in response to what you said. That will help you a lot. So I even wrote it down because I knew this was going to come up in the in the discussion. So hair steaming, the heat from the steam aids in hydrating the hair. You understand? So the moisture makes also blood circulation to your scalp to help promote healthy hair growth. It actually goes in the steam and it lifts the hair cuticle and it allows any treatment that you're putting in your hair to get deep into your hair shaft. So if you're having problems with your curl pattern, dry hair, steam treatments are great.
Mhm. With rice water.
Did you guys get all that?
I've never even heard of a steam treatment. Like how do you
Oh,
how
yeah.
do you even find
And with the
somebody that
rice
does
water,
that?
even better.
Yeah,
Hey,
rice
wait a
water.
minute,
Rice water
wait a
helps.
minute, rice water, that stuff stinks. What? That stuff is, oh,
It's the
I tried
struggle.
it. I tried it. I'm a man. I tried it. That stuff is terrible.
Beauty
What
is
am I gonna do?
pain.
It really is.
But I'm back, guys. I finally have internet.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So,
So
but
steam treatments, anything else? Any other pointers?
So as far as the steam treatments, I offer steam treatments.
Manipulations. Scalp manipulation helps the circulation. It all has to do with circulation. So your scalp is just like your face, your hands, it's skin. So scalp is skin. So a lot of people complain, dry, oh, my scalp is dry. Well, if your hands are dry, it's winter, your scalp is going to feel the same. Same thing in the summer. So everything starts with a healthy scalp. Everything starts from there.
Right.
Even the way people wash their hair improperly. Sometimes I have to teach the clients how to do it, and it's grown women. And usually I find women with a lot of hair have the most difficulty. They don't get in there good enough and massage that scalp. And I'm not talking with your nails, the balls of your fingertips. Scalp manipulation is everything. And back in the day, you ever see the women with the long hair constantly brushing their hair at the end of the day? Brushing and brushing. What that does, if the brush those bristles manipulate the scalp. And so
Right.
that is the start of healthy hair. That and shampooing is also important. Not over shampooing. A lot of clients I find they wash their hair way too much. And that actually dries out the hair. Nature gives us everything that we need. We can buy products, we can do all these things, but the body actually produces everything that we need to keep our skin right, our scalp right, our hair right. We just fight against it because we're constantly depleting all of the natural oils that are needed for a healthy scalp and hair. And so not overwashing it, the water should never be too hot. You should never ever condition
Oh,
hair
everybody
in
wants
hot
to
water.
call me now. I don't know why.
You should never condition hair in hot water. It should always be in cool water. Because again, the cuticle is everything. The cuticle is the part of the hair that we all see. Then there's the inner part of the hair. And some people have what we call a medulla, mostly people with thick hair. And so the cuticle, the cool water closes that cuticle. So that's important, especially when you're coloring hair. We color hair, and then we're using hot water on our hair. The cuticle is lifted, and it's allowing the color to release quicker. So if you want your
I
hair
know.
color
I
to
always
last
used to use
longer,
hot water on my hair too, and now I always use cool.
cool water is everything. But manipulating the scalp, and allowing the oils. My hair grew, and Akira can attest to this, how short my hair was and how much it grew. It grew so much this past year. Not this, because this is hair extensions, but my real hair literally is this long, and it used to be to my shoulders, and it grew because of Corona. So if anything came out of the Corona, is I grew some hair. And the reason for that is I wasn't messing with it. I did not wash it every other day like I normally would. I do have to wash it every other day. I use a dry shampoo in between. Um, However, it allowed the natural oils that our scalp produces to run through my hair, and it kept my hair healthy. I didn't put an eye into it because I wasn't going anywhere, and my hair just grew. And I was like, I have not had hair like this since I was probably 15. So honestly, the less you mess with it, the better it is. Now, of course, we want to look good, and we use the irons and all of that. But if you're getting a proper blowout, or you're blow drying your hair correctly, you don't always need a flat iron. I myself don't use a flat iron ever on my hair. I use a curling iron just to curl the ends. But those are the ends that I can, trim off, and the rest of it stays healthy. So obviously less heating products is a plus. But honestly, our body produces everything that we need for our hair, for healthy hair.
Thank you.
Good,
Good
good,
information.
good, good.
Hmm.
The ladies, we got a few minutes. I could stay on a little longer, but I just wanted to kind of you know want you guys to end with some kind of conversation. You know, Ray, there's a lot of things that we talked about. Is there anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Jennifer, Akira, Crystal, like it is. This is a beauty salon. Y'all know I don't have to tell you firsthand what goes on. What would you like to talk about right now? We'll give it about 15 minutes, and then we're going to end the podcast. But let's use this 15 minutes as best we can. I love it. I love the podcast. I'm keeping my mouth shut, listening. My brother KP's in the comment section, wants me to say something, but it's not about the host saying anything. It's about you all talking about whatever you want to talk about.
Is anybody thinking about going vegan lately like I am?
About what?
Going
About
vegan.
vegan?
Ooh, vegan.
I feel like it's so
Ooh.
hard. It's easier to buy a Twinkie.
Ew. No Twinkies, but
Now,
no vegan.
actually no vegan.
It's just so frustrating because
I
to
don't-
eat
I-
healthy,
ooh,
it's so
that's-
expensive. I
Now,
just, I guess that's where you come in, Crystal. We need
But
to go get some
to
lessons.
get sick is even more.
Yeah.
Listen, but to get sick is even
Yeah.
more expensive.
You know what I
So,
heard somebody say though?
You're gonna pay
That
for those
everybody's
doctor's
worried
visits.
about COVID, but they're not taking care of what's causing it. And that really comes down to the eating. What we
They're
take
not. That's
Yeah.
the thing is like if you are healthy and you are
Yeah.
like COVID doesn't affect you.
in.
That's the
Yes.
thing. It's the unhealthy that people that have underlying
Yeah.
conditions, and so if
Yeah.
anything, COVID should have taught you that you need to take care of you.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's the food. You have to go with the 80-20 rule. Like I always say that. Like I don't expect people to never go to McDonald's, to never pick up a candy bar, but you got to stick with that 80-20 rule. It shouldn't be an everyday occurrence. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
something you do all the time. Like you got to feel, it's not about looking good. Yes, that's a very added bonus.
That's an addition.
You look good,
Mhm.
you feel good, but you
Mhm.
have to feel good. Like you have to, I don't, like I know when I eat that stuff, like I call it crap, like you just, you feel it. You
Yeah.
feel heavy. You're tired. You don't move the same.
No
you,
energy.
Like you're in the bathroom. Yeah, like it's never worth the satisfaction, I guess. Like you get, like it's never worth it because it's always like, oh, it wasn't even that good. Like
Wasn't worth the. And I have a hairstylist friend. He only eats vegan, and he calls us acidic whores because we eat acidic food. We need to be eating alkaline, and he's like, this Corona stuff is bullshit. The masks are bullshit. Everybody will do this and wear a mask and follow all these instructions, but they're not following the instructions of the body, which is to eat healthy and prevent it. If you ate healthy, you wouldn't worry about coronavirus, and he calls us acidic whores, and it's true.
Yeah.
And it's true. Prevention is key, and it's just so difficult.
All right.
I
got like
especially
something
being
like off topic.
How
I
old
know we was talking about
Kara,
being
how old
vegan.
are you though?
Kara, how old?
Me? I'm 33.
You in all this time you've been eating this certain way, so you're gonna flip the script that much. That's gonna be difficult. That's like somebody that that has walked all their lives, get into a car accident, is now paralyzed. Like it's not as extreme, but it kind of is. You're completely changing what you've done for umpteen years to, and like she said, it's expensive. Like you gotta. And vegan is like, I would say go try like veering towards vegetarian first and then go to vegan. Like I feel like you gotta take like baby steps. If that's something you want to do, I think it's great. I think you should do it, but baby steps. Like don't get disappointed. Like do something little. Like maybe I'll take out meat.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know
dairy.
how many levels
like,
to it.
Little by little.
When I'm like, they have vegan cheese and vegan milk.
Oh yeah, like even you can have honey,
vegan,
like,
all this stuff.
You even have
like,
honey,
vegan
honey
butter. Like what the hell?
Yeah,
right, everything,
like,
vegan everything.
I never even
it's
knew,
really
like,
retraining your brain.
I know, like it's so crazy. Like yeah.
It starts here though. It starts here. You have to retrain. Retrain the brain.
Yep, it's mental. Everything is mental. No matter what you do, it's all mental. So you gotta get through the mental part of it, and then you can like your body will follow. Like yep.
We're habitual
you gotta get through the mental,
We're
and your
habitual.
body will follow. It's easy for your body. It's hard for your head. Your body will adjust just fine. Your body will be just fine because that's probably something it's your head that's like okay, like what.
I know my liver's always rolling its eyes when I take another shot of Hennessy. My liver's crying out. It's crying. It's like, girl, drink some water.
All right. How about this? It's off topic though. So, right? New relationship, right? New relationship.
Those are the best. I said
old friendship. Like 10-year friendship, like knew the person since like middle school. It's not me I'm talking about. It's just I need advice. So
this is true salon talk right here.
This is right.
For a friend.
And I was like, girl, don't call me that.
He's acting funny about their relationship in public or on social media. But it's a fairly new relationship. Hiding something or being private?
Hiding.
Is it wait?
Thank you.
Who's hiding? Is it the male? Wait,
look at Crystal. Crystal's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's the male.
Who's hiding? Wait, who is not on social media? It's the male?
The male, yeah.
I don't know.
He's not on.
I don't know if it's hiding because guys are simple and guys like to protect what's theirs. So it depends on how much on social media are they.
That's the key right there. Is what is their regular things that they're doing? Is this just pertains to you that he's not on social media, or is he on social media? Do you see that boy on his phone and he's on Facebook and he's looking at messages and he's doing this and that, and then he's not doing it in the other sense? then there's a red flag. You know, I've been with someone that isn't a phone person, so it doesn't even matter. Like, you know what I mean? And I personally don't like being on Facebook with my significant other. I just don't. I just don't. That's just my thing. And nobody even knows. Like,
See,
I'm just a
but
private
I don't
person.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Is
feel
it
like
active?
everything's
I
on
meant
Facebook.
posting.
Everybody's
How
on
much do they
Facebook.
post
The
on
things that
social
people
media?
want to know
What do you want to
are
know?
on
What do you want to
Facebook.
know? Whatever you want to know, ask. And if he's acting funny about it, then you know.
Yeah. I
Hiding,
feel like you put something on social media, you're letting people into your world.
absolutely. You give them
How
too much
much do you
power.
want those people in your world?
Yes, too much
So that's what
power.
I'm saying. If he doesn't, if that person's not posting a lot, like I don't mean on his
Hmm.
phone. Like I know people that scroll through Facebook that look at other people's shit that don't post so
Hmm.
much on their shit. I mean, if they're not posting as much, if they're not, then they're really not a social media person. And
Hmm.
I do believe that people
Yeah.
leave their relationship private because they don't want people in their shit. And like that,
Akira,
I know
what
I'm
is
one
it
of
Be
those
that
people.
you
active
Like
on
want?
social
people ask
media.
me all the time if I'm still married.
Right. What is it that you
I'm
want? What
sorry,
is it that
I
you
missed
want him
that.
to do? What is it that you're
Huh?
expecting him to do? What are you expecting him to do? What is the actual thing
Um,
that you want? You want him to
it's
put
not
in a
about me, Jen.
relationship with Akira? You want him to put in a relationship with
It's not
Akira?
her. It's a friend. It's a friend.
It doesn't
It's
matter. Like,
not
that's
her.
so important. My
So is
Facebook says single. Will forever. I could get married tomorrow, and that thing will still say single. I don't need to notify anybody of my status. I don't feel it's important. I'm in a relationship right now. My thing still says single. His thing still says
Okay, see what
single.
I'm
I have
saying?
no problem with it.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the
I
feedback
have
that
no
I needed.
problem with
Like,
it. Not an issue.
Yeah.
Not an issue. I don't need to update Facebook on my relationship status. That's not what
No.
that forum is for me. That's not what that is for me. Everybody's
that's so
different.
true.
I have girls, you know
No.
this. I have girls on my Facebook that switch it every week in a relationship, a single or complicated.
not
Like, it's
David.
ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. You know why? You know what you look like? Unstable. How about
Yep.
that as your status? Unstable.
But
Like, that's
what
a
if
Yeah,
red
she?
but
How
what?
about
flag.
when
What?
they put
But what about what is
everything
he
and then they don't
doing
tell you
though?
when they break up? It's like I'm invested. I need to know when you break up. Like I'm already invested. I follow this timeline.
I mean,
I need to know what's
I love
going
the
on.
drama too. I love the drama too, but it's not going to be in my world. You
But
know?
what if?
Right, mine
What
will
if?
be, but I want to follow
Depends.
somebody else's drama.
Right.
It
What
depends
if
if
she's
he was
fishing?
doing what he was doing before. If
Well,
he was
yeah, Ray.
posting his
Exactly.
ex before, and
Exactly,
then
Ray.
now all of a sudden he's not posting her, then I think
Yes.
there's a problem.
Yes,
But
that's it, Ray.
but if he's not,
Yeah,
if he
me
never
too.
really
Yeah.
posts his girls on
Right.
there,
That's
then
an issue.
no.
Like
Yeah.
like mine has single.
I
I
agree.
have single, but he has no problems with me posting pictures of us, tagging him. He has no problems with that. So that, that's kind of a sign that, okay, he's good with it, with people knowing, but we don't feel like we have to announce it. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I know he's good with it. It was my birthday yesterday. He put happy birthday, baby, on my Facebook. Okay. Nobody else said that. So clearly people will know there's something going on there, and that's fine. But we don't feel the need to change our status for anyone. I know where I stand with him. He knows where I stand, but he also is comfortable with me tagging him, putting a picture if I want. I'm the one who has an issue with it, just because I'm a private person. I mean, Charlie, when have you ever seen me in a relationship or post myself with anybody? When in all these years? Ever? Never did.
Never.
Never.
No.
That's just my thing. So I'm kind of on his side as long as he's not hiding. But to me, that's don't live your relationship, and especially a new one, according to what they do on Facebook. It's how they're treating you and how honest he is with you. We know when they're being funny money. I don't care about
I
funny
agree.
money on
I agree.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So I should tell
This
her
shit
to
will
just
come out.
go with her gut feeling, right?
Yes,
Yep.
it's how.
Yep.
Always
Girl
goes
always
with
knows.
that.
A woman always knows. A woman
Always.
knows what's going on. So
Yes. Yep.
always.
We can
I would
smell
say.
that.
But I think men are a lot private. Like I think men do
They are.
believe, which I've seen through like other people I met. Like they believe like if they're showing you to the world, that's opening up a can of worms that
Yeah.
they don't want other people not shady people, just like people to slide in your DMs or people to try to get you. I've seen that happen. Like, oh, you're in a relationship? Like, oh, let me just, and I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's crazy. And girls are worse than guys. Girls.
I mean,
Yeah.
people are in the DM. They like people in relationships because they're probably in one too.
Yeah.
And that's when they're coming
look
in.
for that.
You know what I mean? I say that all the time. Girls and men and women. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's men that go in my DM. I'm in a relationship, so it's up to me to handle it the correct way. You know, I just let it be. If it's a compliment, I thank them, and that's it. But if they're persistent, now I have to tell you, I'm in a relationship. I don't do small talk on Messenger. There's no reason to. And they instantly apologize, and they never bother me again. So sometimes you have to let somebody know. You know, if it's a simple compliment, myself and my boyfriend don't feel there's anything wrong with that. You know, don't entertain somebody, but entertaining is continuing on that initial, you're beautiful or you're handsome or whatever it may be. Like it, appreciate it, but don't entertain it. If they're entertaining it, it's because they want more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to read it. You got to read your man and don't live through Facebook. That's just how I feel.
Me too.
Social media is great for certain things, but keep it to those certain things. Business.
I guess.
Social media is great for business. That's it. That's
business.
It.
Yep. I post my grandkids
business. That's
and
it.
my hair pictures. That's it. Yep. Nobody knows if I got a bad coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or if I got a bad man at home. Nobody will ever know.
So Akira, my thing is, I don't think it's hiding. Let's.
Y'all switching up.
I don't think it's
at first everybody was like hiding.
I thought hiding. If he's
Like,
on social media and he's doing his thing, I think I would think.
I still think hiding. I don't care what y'all talking
Is he
about.
hiding her?
Hiding.
Is he keeping her in the house and not taking her out? Now that's some hiding.
That's hiding.
That's exactly. That's hiding.
Right.
Social media.
If we only do take out, that's an issue. Take out eating.
Yep,
No, that is a booty call. Come on now.
Yep. You calling me after 10?
That's the booty call right there.
Right. Oh, I can't go to your house. Babe, we're getting a hotel room. I'm gonna take you to a nice hotel. Why that? Take me home first. I want to see your house. Make sure nobody's in there.
Thank you. That's another thing. She never been to his house.
Okay, see, now it's coming out. Now the little things are coming out.
Little bits.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, yeah, that's a
Getting a
problem.
little deep.
Hiding.
All right, check this out. It says, here's a comment. It says, is having male friends while in a committed relationship okay? Or is that male friend a low-key alternative in the event that problems arise in your relationship? Because most guys never feel comfortable with male friends around. And are you okay with having female friends that he hangs out with?
With him having female friends.
Ooh.
I kind of have iffy feelings on that. I don't feel comfortable with, I'm being honest, with him hanging out with a female friend alone. That's your friend. Let's all hang out. Where's her man? You know what I mean? Like, where's her man? Where's his man? Let's all get together. I don't think there's an issue because people have long time friends. Like, I get that. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with it. I actually had this convo with my significant other at one point. I just don't feel comfortable. And literally what I told him, I don't have like I just have never had a male friend. So maybe I don't have the experience in it. But like I told him, any man that wants to hang out with me is usually somebody who's an ex that I'm still friends with. You know what I mean? And if they're calling to hang out with me, I told him, I'm telling you right now that he doesn't want to just hang out. And that's just how I feel.
That.
I had to literally switch it up because when I was saying it to him, he just wasn't getting it. And I'm like, okay, my exes call me, want to hang out. I'm telling you that this is what they want. And I know firsthand because they're asking me. So he's like, well, okay, I kind of get it now. Okay, you're not hanging out with your ex. I don't care how friendly you are. Bye.
Said no new friends.
No new
No
friends.
new
I'm
friends.
all the friend you need, honey.
No.
No new
I
friends.
was gonna say that if you come into the relationship with these
Yeah.
friends and I meet like and you have a best friend and I meet them, okay. But like you ain't coming around me. Oh, I met Stacy. I'm gonna hang out. Like that ain't gonna happen. Like
No
that ain't
new
gonna
one.
happen. You're not bringing no new people into the. But
Yeah.
also, like Jen said, like that's weird. If you're in a relationship and you're hanging out with another guy alone or hanging out with another girl alone, like that's weird. Like
It
you
can
should
lead to
be
other
having
things.
me come along. Like
Right.
that's I don't know. I don't yeah.
No,
I would
like I
say
said,
no.
he may think it's innocent. Like you may not think of her that way, but you don't know her
Yeah.
feelings. How many of us have had a male friend that you may have been like secretly attracted to, that you could honestly see yourself with, but never said anything to them because you didn't want to ruin the relationship? But all it takes is for us to be alone one moment and you all of a sudden felt some kind of vibe from me. Now it's on. So you can't always control how somebody
Yep.
that friend feels. You may feel like that's just your friend, but I also feel like if they bringing you around that friend a lot, that's kind of a way where you can feel the vibe between the two of them. And I'm a big person about reading energy between people. So if he brings me around her often and I get to a point where I'm feeling like, all right, that vibe is definitely not anything, maybe. But why do you need to go out to dinner with her? Why do you need to go to a movie with her? No, those are things you should be doing with me. I don't care. You want to call her, you've known her, how you doing, how you been, check on her, check on the family. She want to check on you, but you are definitely not going anywhere with her. Sorry. No.
I agree. I don't think that you should hang out. Like I have best
No.
friends that are male since I was 5 years old, and we don't just go to the movies or even go out to eat. But I would bring them around my significant other.
Yeah.
And I don't think the same thing. No new girls and no old girls, no girls.
No. I agree.
No.
I'm just too.
What
I don't know.
what if she's
Yeah,
the
that's
manager?
a thin line, and sex is
What-
powerful.
Mhm.
What if she's the manager at Popeyes?
All
I
set.
just want a discount. She's
I
the
don't
manager
need
at
no.
Popeyes.
I
I want a
have to pay.
discount.
I'll pay full price for that chicken sandwich with extra pickles.
I'll go pick it up for you.
No.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nope. I'll pay
You don't
full
need no
price for
discount.
that.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just it depends.
No,
But
like it's just yeah.
I'm only
And
instigating.
I don't
If they're best friend, like my
people's
best friend,
intentions. Like I don't feel like
close to the person I'm with, too. Because you bring them around, you're gonna bring them to your house, so
Yeah.
you want your significant other to be friends
Yeah.
with that person that you're best friends with all your life.
yeah.
That's how I feel.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like going
Best
out
friend.
alone or
I'm your best
No,
friend.
movies
no.
and all that.
People's intentions are very like I don't.
What about work wives and work husbands?
That's funny
Like
because
Jen said, you
one
feel
of
the
the
vibes. Like,
barbers
you're
at the
hanging
shop I
out
call
with
my
them,
work
and
husband.
you feel vibes.
Yeah.
All right, so Crystal, is Berto your work husband? Crystal,
I
can you
can't-
hear me?
Say that one more time.
Is Berto your work husband? Berto Carter, is he your work husband?
Is it just me because I can't hear anything?
All right,
Huh?
hold on.
Well, I work with 4 barbers, so I know what it's like to work with men. I don't consider them my husband. I don't share. With them. I share a space with them, a workspace, but that's it.
All right,
Yeah, I don't use that word lightly. Husband.
yeah.
I haven't been married yet, so when I say it, I want to really mean it.
Right.
Um,
It's difficult because when you work with people, you do get close, and we're women, they're men, this flirting that goes on, a lot happens. A lot happens. That's why relationships are difficult. It's difficult to have that person can be faithful to you, but there's still flirting going on. There is, you know.
Yeah,
I consider myself a
true.
natural flirt. Sometimes it happens. I don't know. I don't have any ill intentions, but some people are just flirtatious. So when you're working with men and you're a woman or you're a man and you're working with women and you're together every day, sometimes we spend more time with them than our significant others in our
True.
families. It's hard.
Yeah,
Like we share
no, that
lunch,
is
we'll
so
sit down,
true.
have lunch, or whatever. And you do get close to people, but you have to respect the
Not that
relationship.
close now.
Not that close, but that's why relationships are
Yeah.
so difficult because there's so many scenarios where it could go left. It takes a lot of strength on your
Because
part
sex is
to refrain.
powerful again.
It is. That's why I'm saying it's very difficult. That's why the friend thing is an issue. You're a man, she's a
So,
woman, things can happen.
so what do y'all think about what Steve Harvey said? And I mean, he said this years ago about male and females shouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
I don't
You can
believe
be
that.
I mean,
friendly, but not friends like friends. Like the way I hang with my friends and the things we do, I wouldn't do with a man. I'm telling you, I've
Me
never had a
neither. I
male
agree.
friend I'm 46 years old. I've had male acquaintances, um,
Yeah.
friendly, but never a male friend that I hung out with, talked to on the phone on a daily. Like I've never had that experience. I don't even know what that would be like. I wouldn't be able to keep him as a friend. I'd have to take him home. I don't know, like really take him home.
Yeah.
Like if I like you that much and we get along this good, what are we
I
doing
know,
home?
right? I want to help.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, me
Me
Dead,
too.
too.
dead, like dead ringer for a relationship. You're in a
Yep.
relationship. You just haven't said it. Stop it.
I don't know, but
Fact.
I've always had male best friends. Always. Like even Charlie, one of Charlie's brothers is my best friend since we were like 5, 6 years old. And then I
Women
have
do say
another
that.
one that every day talking on the phone,
Yeah,
come to the house, be with the
yeah,
kids, uncle. He's the uncle. I just
yep.
always had it. So I just never entertained nothing that I never gave that impression or
oh,
entertained anything ever. I try to just stay far away from that type of
yeah.
stuff and just keep
It
it.
must be. It's hard. I would imagine it being hard for me. Like I just have never had that experience, so I can't really speak
It's
on
great,
being able to do
actually.
it. I
It's a
mean,
good.
I have said I'd rather have male friends. I say that all the time because I hate sharing my clothes. I hate when friends borrow something and don't give it back. So in that sense, I'm always like, oh, I wish I had male friends instead of females. You know, but
Hmm.
So,
And
I
Ray,
that's
haven't
what
found one
question.
sisters
yet.
do.
I don't want to share my
What's
clothes.
that? What's that, Crystal?
I have a question
Qu-
for Ray. Right? Is it Ray?
Yeah.
Right. So those male friends that you have though, when they were in a relationship, did your friendship change?
No, actually, I would go over the house it was like we were just friends. I would go to the house. I could go to the house now and just go to the house and chill, and it's fine. It's like everybody's
He
just
brought
one
you
happy
in.
family.
He brought you into that. But see, that's what I'm saying. He was your friend, but he brought you into this relationship, and you became friendly with her. I'm sure,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
worked out. And I'm sure it doesn't always
yeah.
work out that way, but it worked out
Hmm.
because you just that girl that can do that. And he was fine with it. She was fine with it. So you all became
So
friends.
it
But
worked,
that's what I
right?
mean. He wasn't afraid to take you over to his girl.
No,
So that showed where you guys stood.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
when they have friends that are girls, but yet you're not allowed to hang out with them.
yeah. No, I didn't
That's
have
an
that.
issue.
I didn't have that. I
Yeah,
don't. I don't have that.
yeah.
We always welcome each other's family, welcome each other's
Mhm.
kid. All
Yeah.
that is just one happy family, kind of.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Well, ladies, I'm
This
gonna
has
give
definitely
all
been
of you.
Salon Club.
This
This
is
is
great.
awesome.
I
This
love
is
it.
what I this is what I expected, and I just want to ask each one of you if you can name a woman that you would like to see on the Beauty Salon, on the Really Charlie podcast, on this Beauty Salon segment. Who would you suggest to me to reach out to? I may not
Lori
know them.
Gomes.
All right, Lori Gomes. Okay, Crystal,
That's my girl,
anybody?
Lori. She does great things in
Um,
this community.
uh, I don't know if you know Vanessa. Do you know Vanessa? Vanessa from New Bedford Tattoo Company?
Hey, that sounds
Vanessa
familiar.
Collards.
Hold on.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say, and I feel like
I got
she would
somebody.
definitely be one that would
Janessa Lynn.
would have a lot to
Janessa
say in
Lynn.
Janessa
the.
Lynn.
Janessa Lynn. Okay.
She
If you
owns
got,
Storm Gym, like
okay.
the girls studio gym.
All right. If what about you, Ray?
I would say Stephanie Santos with Stephanie's Creations.
And
That's
she
what I
was
think.
on there. She was on there. She was throwing down her comments. So I'll reach out to her. And what about you, Jen?
Oh, Lori Gomes.
All right. So you did say that. In fact, I've been trying to reach out to Lori because I just want to have
Lori's
that.
very busy.
Yeah.
Lori's very busy, and it's wedding
And
season, so
and
you
it's
might
gonna
have
be
a hard
even.
time.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse
Charlie, you
now
know who else
because
that would be really good is Melissa. Melissa
which one?
Costa. Melissa Ortega Costa, the one that ran for Ward 1
Yeah,
council.
yeah.
Cam's mom. Melissa, she would be really good too.
Actually, I'll tell you a story about her. Her and another person in New Bedford. They were actually my first podcast, and something went wrong with the recording, so I wasn't able to air it. But it was a great podcast. So I definitely got to reach out to Melissa and get her on here. So, but ladies, without um, I'd hate to cut this off, but we got to. And I want to also invite you, ladies, that anytime that I make an announcement that I need some guests, please, come back on this podcast and give your intellect. Um,
Anytime, Charlie. Anytime. You just
Yes,
yeah,
let me know.
definitely.
yes. So I
Alrighty, it
Akira,
was dope.
Nice to
Ladies,
right,
talk
have
to
a
you
good
next.
Nice meeting
evening.
you,
all
powerful
right.
women. I love it.
Nice meeting everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll all
Thank
connect.
you, everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Charlie.
please connect. Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
All
Definitely.
right,
Thanks, Charlie.
You're
Charlie.
welcome.
Thanks for having
All right,
me.
ladies. Take care.
Good
God
night.
bless.
Bye.
Awesome podcast. That's what I'm talking about. The beauty salon segment of the Really Charlie podcast. And feel free to get in touch with me anytime you want, to join and get into this, get on this segment, and feel free to talk about whatever you all want to talk about. You know, it could be things that, you talk about in the beauty salon and just kind of rapping and talking and, that's what this segment's about. And I also have the barbershop segment, which is a male version of it. And guys just kind of do the same thing. We got quite a few good ones coming up very shortly. And they're on every 2 weeks. If the interest continues to get more popular, then I'll add it to a weekly show or weekly segment. But I really appreciate y'all listening and viewing, adding your comments. As you see, the ladies are very into this, and that was a great conversation. So, and most of them don't know each other, so they could just get into it and talk about whatever, and that's what the Really Charlie podcast is trying to bring to y'all. Just an open, transparent conversation. So, I'm going to end with, you can find the Really Charlie podcast on StreamYard, Facebook, Anchor, Spotify, and YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. And when you're driving along in the car or walking, doing whatever you're doing, tune in to the podcast on Spotify and just listen to me and my guest. Just talk about whatever. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And we will be on tomorrow on autism awareness with Tanya Burgo and Nikki Williams. Nikki Williams was on previously, and she's coming on again. So make sure we get that autism awareness out there. So please turn in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Be blessed, stay blessed. I love you all. Thank you.